This to this.
Hello and welcome to my channel, The Pagan Workshop. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. It would really help my channel. You can click on the bottom right of the screen. There's a little icon, you can click on that and subscribe. And don't forget to click the bell so that you get notifications of my new videos. So, what am I doing today? I am carving an Odin figurine, and I'm carving a replica of the one found in Sweden, possibly dating back to the 11th century. So I hope you can see that okay. I'll move it around a little bit. So that's what I'm going to be carving. Sorry it's not in colour, but my printer has run out of the other colour, so it's just in black and white. What am I using? Well, part of the Christmas tree. I think it was the Norwegian blue Christmas tree that we had. And waste not, used materials. This is from the Christmas tree, and I will make this, and I'll probably sell it. I might make myself one as well. I'm not yet decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave a bit of wood around the bottom, and maybe I'll carve some knotwork on it. And I'm going to leave the missing arm, just because I'm making a replica. I'll leave the missing arm out, and yeah. So let's get cracking on. Right. I'm not going to be able to get the most straightest cut at the moment until I take some of the material off, but still I'd like to straighten it up a little bit because it's not very straight at the moment. This end isn't too bad, but it's still not straight. So a little bit of noise. Actually, before I do that, let's make sure I've got it in the right place. So I'll take too much material off. I think that'll do. Right, that'll do. Yes, it isn't perfectly straight at the moment, but it's much straighter than what it was. Right, let's get cracking on. Right, there's quite a few knots on this, so it's going to take me a little bit of time to get through them, but I'm going to use the spoke shave. So I'll just keep removing material, alright? Right, let's speed this up because it's going to take a little bit of time. I could use the normal plane actually rather than a spoke shave, but I'm using spoke shave, that's what I want to use. Right, so anyway, let's speed this up and get cracking on. Right, now I've got it roughly, I put this tape round here just to sort of mark the bottom, and just to give me some sort of reference as to, you know, because this isn't square at the bottom. I could cut it square, I suppose, but I don't know. I'll just do it how I want to do it. Is the camera angled right? Hold on. Maybe that's a bit better. Yeah. You know, there's different ways of doing things. Some people will say, oh, I'll do it like this, I'll do it like that. As long as I achieve it, as long as you achieve whatever you're doing, that's the main thing. So anyway, so got to choose the side that I'd like to draw on. Where's my pencil? There it is. Now I don't need to do it perfect right now. I just need to have a rough reference for when I'm removing the material. It's a bit of an angle there coming up. Yeah, it hasn't got to be nothing special. Kind of bulges out there a bit. Takes concentration. Maybe we'll speed it up. Let's speed it up, because otherwise, you know, I'm concentrating on trying to draw this. I can't talk at the same time. Even though it's just rough, I still want to get, you know, I don't want to get it perfect, but I want to get it as best as I can. So make sure I'm in the shot. Let's speed it up. Right, so now I'm at the stage where I've taken off the material around the outside, and I've drawn on for reference, because I'll start carving now. And I've drawn on both sides. As you can see, I've drawn on this side. Because cutting it close how much I took off. Yes, so then I've got these lines going across are just reference points to parts on here, like the arms. This bit sticks out further. It's, you know, it's not, I don't really need that there yet, but I like to do it. It's just reference points, and then obviously the other side, look, obviously where the broken arm is, so I can see. You know, it just gives me a point of reference as I start carving. So, you know, sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. It just depends on how I feel, what I'm carving. And yes, so obviously something like this I want to make sure the symmetry, is that the right word, symmetry, from the front to the back is right. But you get what I mean, I think. Yeah, so I start carving, here we go. Actually, I think I might need to extend the belt, do I? It's hard to tell, it's hard to pick up in the picture, because it's obviously corroded. It's obviously corroded a bit, so it's difficult to pick up. The belt probably does go all the way to the bottom. That's something I can fine tune a little later on anyway. So yeah, I'm happy with it so far. I think this is going to be really cool. Replica Odin. Here we go. Let's start carving and getting it done. Right, so I already made a start carving it. To be honest with you, I've got the fire going, so I'll just sit here and just carve away. It's nice, you know, I really enjoy carving. It's something beautiful about it. Something nice, I don't know, maybe something primitive about it as well. I mean, I'm not, by the way, this is just my opinion, by the way, what I'm now about to say, but, you know, using things like Dremels and stuff, you can create beautiful, beautiful carvings, and you can do them a lot faster than you can carve them by hand. Yes, they are carvings, but it doesn't feel like it to me. The machine's doing the work. You know, it's like when you do hand carving, you got to know the wood more. You've got to know which way the grain is going, and you're more connected to it rather than just like, you know. But I'm not slating people that use them, because that's still a skill, but this is the real skill of it. And when you're finished, the amount of energy and effort that you've put into it really means something. And that's why a lot of things I make I don't want to give away, but you know, I will. But I will. You can't keep everything, can you? And not just that, it's good for other people to have stuff. And I tell you, some of the stuff that I will be selling might seem a bit on the expensive side, compared to maybe something else similar that people can find on the internet. But the difference is that the reason for the price can either be the material being used, and also hand carved is not the same. You know, you can't sell something hand carved for the same price you sold something machine made, because one, the amount of time it takes, and two, it means much more. You're buying something that somebody actually hand made, hand carved. But you know, and at the end of the day, if people don't want to buy them, just keep them. I've got plenty of walls I can decorate, so yeah. But I'm sure there are people out there that like quality. Can't always afford quality, can we? You know, it doesn't. You know, sometimes we're not always in a position to afford it, and yeah. But the thing is, though, if you can't afford some of the stuff that I'm going to make and sell, I will be doing giveaways. When I get excess material, I'll just do a giveaway for no reason other than to give it away to somebody. You know, and I'm looking forward to doing that, and that's one thing I will be doing on this channel. Right, that's enough of me rabbiting on. Well, so far so I've carved out the main, I've got the main chunk of everything around the outside out. Now I've got to work on this bit and in here, and yeah, and they'll slowly start taking shape, but you know, it takes quite a while to carve out things like this. Even something that seems just, even something that's just simple can take quite a long time. You know, not masses of time, but you know, long enough. Depending on, you know, if you were using a Dremel or something like that, you could whip it out really quick. But where's the fun in that? And yeah, to be honest with you, I've been really enjoying myself working on this so far. Some of you might think that I'm crazy or mad, but I talk to Odin a lot, so I don't know, it feels quite important. I quite like it. Yeah, so I shall carry on. I'll maybe do some speed ups of carving out some bits of it, so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, Odin, hail Odin, come on. So there it is, the replica of an Odin figurine from Sweden, from probably the 11th century, they think. So yeah, I'm pleased with it. I really enjoyed making this. There was something special about making Odin, and yeah, and it's finished. Challenging. In what ways was it challenging? Because it's not overly complicated. Of course, you know, I can do some really nice, beautiful carvings and stuff like that. But it's when making a replica or something is not so easy when you don't actually have the subject to look at and study and look and see. So I've done my best from the pictures, and I'm happy with it. And yeah, there it is. Oh, and another thing, actually, I did say I was going to do knot work around here, but after I finished these 3 knots around here, I just thought they looked so beautiful that the knot work might actually take away from the knots. How did I finish it up? I sanded it, but left tool marks on it, so there's flat points here and there, and the odd little mark here and there. Thought it'd give it maybe a bit more of a, like an old feel to it, like it's, you know, because I think the thing is, a lot of time with old carvings, they look spectacular, but when you actually look close at them, there's tool marks left on them. Because, you know, sometimes in some places it's very difficult to get the tool marks out. If you're using something like a Dremel or something like that, then yes, you can get a nice finish without any. But I like tool marks. I like to see the finish, you know, the odd tool marks here and there. So that's how I've left it. And yeah, I hope you like it. I really enjoyed making it. And there it is. I just want to thank everyone so far who subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate that. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Help my channel grow. I'd really appreciate that as well. And share my videos as well, please, if you don't mind. That would be really cool if you could share my videos on other social media platforms or whatever. I don't know what you guys are on, because I'm not on any other social media platforms. So if anyone could share, that would be great. I'd really appreciate that. That'll help my channel grow as well. And yeah, and I'll make some more awesome, cool stuff. So that's the end of the video for today. And I just want to thank you all again, and you take care. See you next time.